In 2017, the Adoption UK Scotland team were responding to more inquiries from families who were parenting or caring for children living with the impact of prenatal alcohol exposure. Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder was becoming better understood. Clinicians in Scotland were working to advise on the implementation of new SIGN guidelines, and the Scottish Government were working with specialists to develop policy plans and training opportunities. However, too many professionals lacked awareness, and too many families were struggling to access information, resources and support. Leading professionals from across the UK responded to an invitation from Adoption UK Scotland to come together to take part in the first conference of its kind in Scotland. The conference took the theme, Seeking a Brighter Future for Our Children, Diagnostic Challenges and Implications for Support, and it was supported by the Scottish Government. It featured expert speakers alongside individuals with FASD, with workshops led by parents, carers and professionals. The conference led to a request by the Scottish Government to support facilitation of a focus group opportunity for parents and carers to share experiences with civil servants, further evidencing the need for a distinct service response to meet families' needs. This coincided with Adoption UK Scotland submitting a proposal to the Scottish Government with the concept of FASD Hub Scotland. FASD Hub Scotland launched on the 18th of June 2019, with services including an advice line, one-to-one family support, community groups and training for adoptive families. Later in the year, additional funding was secured to widen access to the service to biological families. As we continue to build our services and broaden the reach, in early 2020, the FASD Hub team travelled to Orkney to deliver training to parents, carers and professionals. The service also expanded to offer support to all families, adoptive, biological, fostering and kinship. As COVID struck, all services moved online and we reached our community in a variety of different ways. Training materials were adapted for online delivery and regular webinars provided opportunities for our community to come together for virtual learning. In 2021, we responded to the call for more resources and support for families and educators. We launched a range of education sources, including fact sheets and bespoke training for educators. A UK-wide survey was launched looking at caregivers' experiences of gaining an FASD diagnosis for their child. The results revealing that many barriers still existed. However, for those who have secured a diagnosis, they found it had a positive impact on their lives. In 2022, we partnered with NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde to provide a 6-month programme of locally based support for families and a conference for professionals. We invited Kevin Stewart, MSP, then Minister for Mental Wellbeing and Social Care, to a roundtable event where we shared the experience of those with FASD and their families. 2023 was a year of new opportunities and resources for our community. With additional funding from the Scottish Government, we were able to launch our work with adults with FASD, providing peer-led support and bespoke resources. We also launched our FASD A to Z, a range of almost 50 new downloadable resources for parents and carers. And following calls from the adoptive community across the UK, Adoption UK laid the foundations of developing information-based services across the 4 nations. 2024 has already been a busy year as we celebrate our 5th birthday. We've launched our FASD Toolkit, new resources to support those who come up into contact with the criminal justice system, an FASD skills passport for those entering employment or further education, and FASD awareness cards for parents and carers to share. We also launched our new training course for those parenting teenagers. We've worked with North Lanarkshire Alcohol and Drugs Partnership on a year-long programme of locally based support.
I have strengths and talents, and there is lots more to me than my FASD. But my FASD can often make life tricky, confusing and frustrating when those around me don't understand why I think differently. When they think differently, life is much easier. My FASD makes me, me.
Our online community is our beating heart. It's the place where problems are shared and friendships are made. As we look to the future, the FASD Hub will continue to listen, learn, innovate, educate, and represent the voices of lived experience. We will build our community and seek to ensure that all those affected by FASD are nurtured, supported, and recognised for being the amazing, unique individuals that they are. The Hub team has changed and evolved since its launch in 2019 and has benefited from knowledge and expertise of committed and passionate professionals throughout its time. We have learnt a lot from everyone who has been involved as a team member, volunteer or partner in different capacities over the years, as well as colleagues in the wider Adoption UK team whose combined expertise, professional and lived experiences have contributed to the resources we offer today. We would not be where we are today if it were not for the families who have worked with us from the beginning, supporting us to gather the evidence for the need for the service and accompanying us on the journey of development while we've developed and grown. We're privileged to be a part of their journey and we're looking forward to the future with them in mind. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate 5 years of FASD Hub Scotland. Please join us in showing our gratitude for everyone who's been involved in the journey we've travelled to reach where we are today.